Hi Aries, welcome to February. This is Teresa from Tarot by T, and happy Valentine's Day. So this month we have a full moon in Leo, which is favorable to your sign on the 5th of the month. Mercury moves into Aquarius on the 12th. We have a new moon in Pisces on the 20th, and Venus moves into Aries, your sign, on the 21st. That's excellent for love. And the Sun then moves into Pisces on the 19th. Well, actually, I should have had that. But anyway, I wrote it down after the fact. But anyway, so let's see what the cards say about love and relationships this month. What's coming up for Aries for the month of February 2023? What does Aries need to know about love, relationships, anything else important this month? Especially because you're going to have Venus transiting your sign. When Venus crosses your ascendant, especially for people with Aries rising, it can bring romance. It can bring, you're charming, you're attracting love, and you're attracting money. Venus is money, but also it's affecting your relationship sector. So it can bring in love. If you're not with someone, it could bring in a new person. If you are in a relationship, it could bring in greater harmony with that relationship. So let's see what the cards say for Aries. Ten of Cups. This is starting out great. The Sun. The Eight of Swords. The Three of Swords in the past. The Hierophant. The High Priestess. The Tower. The Six of Swords. The Nine of Wands. And the Ace of Pentacles. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. So this month, this is going to be a great month. You have the Ten of Cups. This is the love card. It's like when you really have a relationship where two people really care about each other. It's not just sex. It's not about money. It's just pure love. The Ten of Cups is you are surrounded by love. You're immersed in love. And you have the Sun here. How great can it get? The Sun is a card of connecting with someone that you really enjoy. Someone who brings joy to your life, sunshine to your life. Sometimes the Sun could even indicate marriage, if you're thinking along those lines. But even if you don't want to get married, although I'm seeing certain commitment kind of cards here. But the Sun means you're coming out of a dark time. Because I'll get to that when I talk about the past. You've been through difficult times. And the Sun says everything's going to be okay. You can overcome these dark times, and you can make a relationship work where it brings more joy into your life, where the Sun is returning to your life. So if you've been in a place of darkness or sorrow, because you have the Eight of Swords in the past, this is a card of feeling trapped, feeling stuck, like I'm afraid to move out of my situation. I don't know, I don't have any options. Maybe there's fear, your fear of taking action, fear of reaching out. Feeling like you don't have options, but really you do. It's just that you're afraid of what the outcome might be. You can walk away anytime from anything that's not serving you, but you have to make that decision. With the Three of Swords in the recent past, there could have been a breakup or some kind of heartache in a relationship. And both people are hurting. It's not just you. So it's not like you're breaking up with someone who doesn't care. I feel like there's a lot of love there, but there also needs to be a lot of healing. Because you're both kind of sorry about the way things worked. And you have the Two of Pentacles here, in your, which tells me that you're either juggling a lot of projects and maybe you haven't been paying attention to the relationship, or someone is pretending that everything is okay. Like if you broke up with someone, you might be like, oh, I'm okay. I don't need that other person. But that's like not true. Someone is keeping it together, pretending that they're happy, pretending that they're not hurt, but they are, because the Three of Swords is here. But that energy is fading. This is the past. Coming up in the front, in the future, is the Hierophant. The Hierophant, you could be dealing with a Taurus, or you could be dealing with someone who's kind of stubborn, very conservative. The Hierophant means wanting to do the right thing. Sometimes the Hierophant can mean wanting to commit, wanting to, like some people, they don't really want a traditional relationship. They just want to be friends, or they want to live together. They don't want to have a marriage, a traditional marriage. When the Hierophant's in the reading, it means making some type of commitment or doing things in a traditional way. You have the High Priestess here. And that's kind of interesting because the High Priestess and the Hierophant, they are a match. So you have the potential to have a really powerful union that is traditional, could lead to a commitment, but it's also very spiritual because both of these cards have spiritual meanings. And the High Priestess is a card of, if it represents the person you're dealing with, it could be someone very spiritual, very intuitive, someone that is a little bit secretive. Maybe they keep their feelings to themselves, or they're not, there's a lot going on beneath the surface. It's not, what you see isn't always what you get. But they're very deep. They have a lot, they have a very deep spirituality, not necessarily traditional, maybe more mystical. And you have the Tower. Look at all these major arcana. The Sun, the Hierophant, and the High Priestess, and the Tower. The Tower represents major change. It's a wake-up call. And it's in your fear sector, so maybe you've had some type of awakening where you see the truth, or you've had some kind of break, like something really had to break down so that you could rebuild it in a better direction. Sometimes this comes when you had some kind of either a physical breakdown or even a mental breakdown, or just a situation where you felt oppressed and you're, just the Tower, it like makes things fall apart so that you could build back better. So if you're in something and you weren't relating in the right way, the Tower can bring a blow to your ego. Like the person just leaves, I'm done. Because you have this in your environment, the Six of Swords, someone walking away from sorrow, like, I can't deal with this anymore. And that was like a wake up, maybe. It's a way of saying, okay, I see what's happening. I need to take action. I need to either fix it or leave it. So that's your option. Some of you might be feeling like, yeah, this is over. Thank God. I'm free. But other people might be like, oh, now I see what needs to change, and how, you have like this awakening in your consciousness. Because of the blow to your ego. It's like you needed to lose this person to realize how valuable they were. And in your environment, you have the Six of Swords, which is a great card because it means moving away from difficulty, moving toward greater harmony. Sometimes the 6 with the 10 can mean a physical move, where you're moving out of a situation, moving toward a better situation. You have the 9 of Wands here, so that's kind of interesting because the 9 of Wands, it has several meanings, and it's in your wish fulfillment sector. One of them is, when it relates to the wish fulfillment, is don't give up. Like you may feel like, I'm tired of the battle. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of fighting, and nothing ever works. The 9 of Wands is like you're almost at the finish line. You're almost there. Don't walk away now. A lot of people, their biggest success comes after they quit. Like if they quit, they quit, or I should say they quit before their biggest success was about to arrive. So if you just give it that last shot, if you look at this guy, he's bandaged, he's wounded, he's been through the mill, he's been through the war, and he's like, I don't have the strength to go on. But the 9 is saying, just go ahead, you're almost there. When you get to the 10, your burden is over, your struggle is over, you reached your goal. So you're close to reaching your goal if you don't quit, is what this is saying. So if there's a relationship that you really care about and you want to make it work, you just have to give that last ditch effort. This is it. I'm going to try one more time. And if it doesn't work now, then you can walk away. But I don't think it's not, I think it is going to work. I think you just need to try. And also the Nine of Wands means you thought you were done with this relationship, but it's going to come back. You have one more round with this person. You're not done yet. And then that one last round, you may even feel like you have to defend yourself. You may feel attacked, or you may feel like you have to explain something. Because this is a card of being on the defense, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Okay, what's coming next? But it's the final battle. You're leading up to the final battle for what you really want. And you got the Ace of Pentacles as an outcome card. You can't get better than the Ace of Pentacles, because that's a tangible result for all your effort. That means if you try and you put that energy in and you do that final battle, you're going to walk away with the goods. You're going to have that new beginning. You're going to have that security. The Ace is a great card. It means manifesting. It has to do with manifestation. The other aces are more mental or emotional or spiritual. They're not really, it's not a tangible asset. But the Ace of Pentacles is like, yes, you are going to make it happen. It's going to be real. It's not in your mind. It's not something you're thinking about. It's not something you're dreaming about or wishing for. It's going to happen. So it's up to you where you want to take something. But you have very auspicious cards for love this month, to make something happen, to bring something to fruition where it ends in joy and happiness, where you're connecting with someone very powerfully and you're changing you're actually changing the whole direction of the relationship. You're rebuilding. So if something fell apart, and this might be just for some people, if you've had it come apart, a major, breakup, you can rebuild in a better direction. Whether that means with someone new, I'm not seeing the Fool, so I don't think it's someone new. I think it could be rebuilding within the existing relationship, where you see what you need to do to change things. So let's see what the angels have to say for Aries. What does Aries need to know from the angels? What message do we need to give to Aries? Prayer. Okay. Dear guardian angel, help me dissolve past guilt or regret. Help me to see that all is always in perfect and divine order. Help me to let go of the fear that I project upon my future. Help me to live fully within each precious moment and feel your eternal love within and around me. Help me to realize and fulfill my true potential. Thank you. So see, you are going through some major changes this month because you're waking up, because you're no longer existing in fear or darkness or in the dark, being in the dark, like not knowing. You're realizing, oh my God, now I know what I did that brought this Three of Swords. Now I know how to fix it. And you've got the angels on your side to go ahead, go after what you want. Have that final encounter, that final battle, because the answer is the Ace and the Sun and the 10. You're going to be living surrounded with love if you take that action. And, Aries has the courage. You can do it. You don't have to, you can let go of this fear of feeling trapped, feeling stuck. Maybe you need to release yourself from things that are holding you back. We self-sabotage sometimes. Our worst enemy, they talk about hidden enemies. The worst enemy is you. When you fear your potential, when you're afraid to take action, when you do things that sabotage yourself because you think you're not good enough. Those are the things you have to do battle with. Forget about competition. Compete against yourself. Anyway, I feel like you're going to be the winner this month when it comes to a relationship and love. So let's see what's going on with, especially because we have this full moon in Leo coming up. So you have the full moon in Leo in your 5th house. The moon's in the 5th house. That's the house of romance. Romance, pleasure, children, creativity. And so the moon is in the 5th house. The sun is with well, it's not with, yeah, the sun is with Saturn. It's kind of a little bit of a wide orb, but the sun is in the 11th house and Saturn is also there. So something is being revealed about your friendships, about your relationship, your love relationships, because the 5th house is not so much marriage, it's more romance. Like, so if you're dating someone, how do I feel about this person? Do I want to take it to the next level? Or if it's about children, how do I feel? Like, some truth may come out around your children. And when you have this Leo Aquarius energy, the battle is, how do I balance my needs with the needs of others, of the other? It's not all about me. Maybe you've been, if you've been locked in taking care of what you want and not caring about what the other person wants, this full moon will bring that to the surface. It will bring that, that's what you're going to be dealing with. How do we find a compromise between what I need and what you need? And this moon, with Saturn there in your 11th house, Saturn has a dual energy. Saturn can bring difficulty, challenges, obstacles to be overcome, but it can also create stability. So, and it helps us to see reality. Like, if you've been living in a dream world, Saturn will snap you right back out of that. Saturn will be like if you say, oh, my partner will never leave me, I can do whatever I want. All of a sudden, bam, you're like, it's happening. And you're like, I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they're really leaving, But you're really evaluating your friendships with Saturn in the 11th, and you're evaluating your goal. Like, what do I want? Your wishes, your hopes. You're making a commitment to a group, or you're making a commitment to certain friends. You might even connect with friends that are older than you that have a lot of wisdom. There could be an age difference. Either you're sharing your wisdom with people where there's an age difference, if you're the older person, or you're connecting with someone and benefiting by their wisdom. Saturn could also, with the sun and Saturn, there could be some father issues that you have to work out. Maybe one of your friends is like a father figure to you, or like a parent, remind you of a parent. So anyway, and this full moon is squaring Uranus. And where is Uranus? Uranus is in your 2nd house. So Uranus is creating tension. And the 2nd house has to do with money, but it also has to do with self-worth. So maybe there's some pride in the battle. Or maybe there's something that comes up suddenly that involves money, and you need to go and ask a friend, or it could be something you might need money to have a sudden expense come up, and you need to ask a friend for a loan. Or it could be one of your children, needs financial support. Or you need the money because you want to do this creative project. You got this outstanding opportunity, but you don't have the money to pursue it. And the other thing is, Uranus is changing how you see yourself, what you value. It's freeing you from any limiting beliefs about who you are and what you have to offer, especially in a relationship, especially with friendship. Because it's bringing in the friendship house, the 11th house, and the 5th house, which is, like, maybe it's even creativity. Maybe you felt like I've never felt really good enough to do creative work, but you never try. And now all of a sudden this opportunity comes up. It's getting you out of your comfort zone. And if you can take that challenge and get out of your comfort zone, you can free yourself to really benefit yourself this month. Because also Mars is here. Mars is your ruling planet, and it's in favorable aspect to the moon and Chiron. Mars is at 11 Gemini. It's actually creating like a grand triangle with a fire. Well, it's not necessarily. Mars is sextile the moon and trine the sun. So Mars is telling you in Gemini, in your 3rd house, that you have to take action. And the 3rd house is the house of communication. It's the house of our thoughts, our ideas. So you're not going to benefit from the energy of Mars unless you do something or communicate. So you may have to reach out to people And the third house could be friends. It could also be your immediate family, your relatives, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. Chiron is in Aries, in your sign, with Jupiter. Chiron is favorable to this. It's giving you opportunity. When you have Jupiter and Chiron in your first house, you have some healing to do this month, especially around this full moon. But Jupiter also gives you optimism and opportunity. So Jupiter's been in your sign. It's been in and out of your sign. It's going to be leaving in May, so you have to really take action. If you don't take action by May, Jupiter, you want to benefit from this positive energy. You also have Mercury and Pluto in the 10th house of career. So I feel like it's really important for you to speak up this month, communicate, and you have to go deep. You can't just skim the surface of things. You have to. So with Mercury, that has to do with ideas. It also has to do with communication. Pluto is telling you you can transform your life direction, but you have to really speak the truth. You have to, change your thinking maybe and see things realistically. Pluto is sextile. We have Venus and Neptune in the 12th house this month for you. Venus in the 12th, you might be hiding your feelings. Or maybe you didn't even realize that you were in love with someone until the breakup or something. And with Neptune in the 12th, you're doing some soul searching. What do I want to do with my life? You want to do something where you feel like, I want to do work that has meaning. I want to find, what's my purpose? Why am I here? Now, Venus is in Pisces. It's going to move into Aries this month, the end of the month. So as Venus crosses your ascendant, it's bringing you an opportunity to attract love, to heal those wounds. The 12th house can be psychological issues that are blocking you from love. So maybe you have a chance to overcome that. What's stopping me from connecting with someone in a romantic way, especially with Venus and Pisces? Very romantic, very dreamy. And with Neptune, you might be living in a dream world. Imagine, dreaming about someone, but you're not taking action. You can't have a relationship in your mind. You have to have it in the real world. And you can have that this month. And especially because Venus is squaring Mars, if you connect with someone this month, it's going to be very sexual. A lot of passion. And Venus is sextile Uranus. Venus sextile Uranus can bring someone out of the blue into your life. Whether it lasts or not, we don't know because Uranus is unstable, but it is going to be exciting. So then we have this new moon, and the new moon is in your 12th house, the new moon in Pisces. And it's conjunct Saturn with an out of sign conjunction. So it's, if you have the wake up, you realize what you need to do, and the new moon gives you an opportunity to make a new beginning on the psychological level. The 12th house is the house it has to do with psychology, the unconscious. Where is my unconscious programming? Where have I been sabotaging myself? What are my blocks that I can't even see, but everybody else can see? It's giving you an opportunity to make a new start, to see those things, to bring them to the surface. Because Saturn is saying, hey, this is reality. Saturn's knocking on your door saying, this is what's real, man, and you got to see it. Because you can't heal it unless you see it. Once you see it, then you can heal it. So this new moon is giving you a new beginning. It's going to be more, I feel like it's going to be more internal on the psychological level, where you can actually manifest a dream or a goal, or you can overcome some kind of wounds that have been hidden for years, that you can finally bring them to the surface where you can see them and heal them. Mars is in your 3rd house, so you might be having greater interaction with family members like sisters, brothers, cousins, and it's trining Jupiter. You have Jupiter and Chiron in your sign. So you're having, the power of Jupiter is opportunity. It's confidence. It's taking a chance, and having it work out. So take this, Jupiter wants you to succeed, and Jupiter's going direct now. So now's the time to take action for something that you really want. If you have a new beginning, Now's the time to do it. And it could also transform your life with Pluto. Pluto's going to be in your 10th house. Pluto's been in your 10th house since 2008. So your life has been changing. Your direction has been changing in a big way. Some of you might have reached a real, positions of power, or gotten involved with, like, finding that dream job or that dream position. Pluto's going to be moving out of Capricorn this year into Aquarius. So it's going to then start transforming your friendships and the groups that you belong to. But for now, I feel like this new moon is going to be more psychological. Saturn in your 11th with Mercury can help you to manifest a dream. But I feel like Mercury's really strong on both these moons. So I think you need to communicate. Communication is going to be key. You need to share ideas with a group of people. You've got, this new moon is great because it's got sextiles, conjunctions, trines. It doesn't have anything really negative. So it's a good time for a new beginning. To conquer anything that's been holding you back, to overcome fear, to overcome psychological blockages. But you're going to be doing a lot of talking, and you have to keep it real. No glossing over, you have to be real. And you can really do some healing. You have Mercury trining Mars. I think that you could really heal some relationships where you've been, maybe there's been a rift in your family, and you could really connect with them again and really heal those relationships. Especially because Jupiter, and with Chiron's the wounded healer. You have an opportunity to do some major healing this month. And it's going to affect your life in a positive way all around. But you're going to have to be comfortable with talking about things that you may not be comfortable with. So you're bringing things from the deep, unconscious up to the surface. It's like, deep in the ocean. You're bringing that up. And you have to face reality, face those fears. But when you face them, you can transform them. So I feel like the outcome is going to be positive. It's your month. If you want to make some major changes and free yourself from anything that has felt like a prison, and we are our worst jailers sometimes, you can do that. You can make major strides, major victories this month, because you finally decide, I'm going to work on me. And you've got the universe supporting you. So that's my forecast, Aries. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, leave a comment, click on the subscribe button if you want to find out when I upload. And if you want a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can get you scheduled. In the meantime, thank you for supporting this channel. Welcome if you're new. Happy Valentine's. I wish you nothing but the best. And go for it. My advice to you is go for it. Don't hide your feelings. Don't be afraid to speak up. Take action, and you can wind up the winner this month when it comes to love. So have a wonderful February, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.